everyone. This is your girl Rosita Cooper, aka Miss Sip with Sip on Radio and Living Your Dreams with Rosita reality show. Today we are on Living Your Dreams with Rosita, and I have an awesome artist named Corey Pieper. Okay, Corey Pieper is a rap slash hip hop artist, and he has been featured on MTV, Bravo, have been shared the stage with Genuine, among a lot of other major artists. So you do not want to miss it. Hi everyone, this is your girl Rosita Cooper, aka Miss Sip with Sip on Radio and Living Your Dreams with Rosita reality show. And today we are on Living Your Dreams with Rosita, and I have Mr. Corey Pieper here with me. How you doing?
Woo-hoo! What's up?
Yeah.
Rosita. Looking good. How are you doing?
I am great. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm staying focused and being productive.
Exactly. That's the way to do it out here in this industry. There's no other way than that. Staying focused and being productive.
Absolutely. Yep.
Well, y'all, Corey Pieper is an rap and hip hop artist, an awesome artist. Yeah, I listen to your song over and over.
Thank you so much. It's been a long journey.
Yeah, tell us about that journey.
Well, I put out my first album in 2012. That was kind of when I really started deciding to take music serious. I had graduated high school and I was going into college, and I took second place in a local like talent competition on the radio. Our song got to play on the radio, and it was kind of like that moment when I knew, like, all right, I could see myself doing this full time. So
yeah,
I linked up with this guy named Stephen Phillip, Philly Flyboy. He's from Milwaukee, and he's done videos for T.I., Lil Wayne, Gucci Mane, Snoop Dogg, everybody really. And he's from here in Milwaukee. So from that point, I just kind of started building, and music started taking off, and I never looked back.
Okay, so did you think about doing music when you was younger than that? Or?
Yeah, I played around with music when I was coming up through high school, like, just, like recording little songs at my parents' house on a little $30 Radio Shack mic, and putting it on, turning copies from my friends and playing it, at like basketball practice or football practice. But it really wasn't until like college time that I started, like, all right, let's do this for real. Let's take it serious.
Okay, so you're originally from Milwaukee.
Yep, West Dallas, which is like right outside of Milwaukee.
Okay, so what's your nationality? I know you said in your bio you're Hawaiian, right?
Yeah, yep, Hawaiian. I'm actually a lot of things, but I'm Hawaiian. I got a big family out in Hawaii, huge family. So I try to get back there as often as I can. But I was born and raised in Milwaukee. Yeah, I'm Hawaiian, Polish, German, Italian, French, Canadian, and Chinese.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I covered the map a little bit.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, and I hope you don't get offended, but I'm listening to your music. If I didn't see your face, I would actually think that you're African American.
Really?
Yeah. I'm sitting there like your voice is like you. It's like I love the music. I love it.
Thank you. I appreciate it. We've been working hard on it. So
yeah. You got some fine music. And Miss Nair, one of my Instagram fans and stuff, she said, "Girl, I follow him on IG. His music is dope."
I seen that. Yeah, shout out to her.
Yeah, when I posted up the flyers,
for supporting. That's awesome. That's amazing.
Exactly.
And to think that we just met over a LinkedIn request.
Exactly.
How crazy is that?
But most of my business come from LinkedIn. You can't.
I'm new to the LinkedIn world, but it's been good to me so far. I enjoy it.
It's people there are very professional and stuff. I love LinkedIn.
It's addicting. I feel like it's much more professional, and I just feel like when I spend a couple hours on LinkedIn versus Instagram, I just feel like I'm learning more and just being more productive of how I spent my time. Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly. Okay, so tell us, you said 2012, that's when you really got started, right? Okay, so tell us, like, going up throughout
Yeah,
the
yep.
years.
That's when I started taking it serious.
Okay. So what happened throughout the years? Name some things that you have accomplished and stuff. I know in 2019, you actually released 2 singles, but go back like 17, 16, what was going on?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a crazy journey. It's really it's kind of, looking back, it's kind of just been a whirlwind of, emotions and a roller coaster ride of up and down and just, experimenting. And the good thing about this is that I genuinely love what I do. Like I'm passionate about music. I love it. So it's really not about money. Like if it was about money, I would have probably been left a long time ago. Because it's tough. It's tough, but when you really actually enjoy something, you don't really, like obviously it would be great to be rich, to be a millionaire, whatever, but like, that's gonna come. Like if you're passionate and you're genuine about what you do, like, and you are constantly trying to, perfect your craft and get better and, learn, like you can only get better and go up, from wherever you're starting. So, like a big thing about my journey was that I learned how to do a lot of things myself, and that's a big way that I was able to save money, because like we didn't come from no money. I didn't have money. I didn't really like have any big connections or major resources coming from West Dallas, Milwaukee. Like so I kind of learned how to like I edit all my own videos. That's one thing that a lot of people don't know. Philly, he shoots them, but he's a big guy. He's, popular. He's shooting for big dogs. So, in order to like kind of speed up the process and just kind of, learn and be a part of my, art as much as possible, I learned how to do all the rough edits on it so I could save him time. And then I could kind of, put it together how I envisioned it. And then he's able to just come in and put the sauce on it and we can, get it out the door. So, learning all the different aspects of your business and actually like taking the time to structure it as a business. Like I know a lot of people that are super talented, like can sing like crazy, rap like crazy, are good, funny comedians or whatever, but like they don't like take the business side of it as serious as they need to. Like there's a lot more to this than just cooking up hot songs in the studio. Like if you have amazing work and an amazing product, but it's not being seen by the right people, then, it's only going to go so far.
Exactly.
So you have to know how to network and how to, hold yourself and build your pages and, while getting better and actually making music, what your job is supposed to be,
Exactly.
So,
Like they said, learn the back part of it. Don't just be up the front. You got to learn everything.
Exactly.
Yeah. Because
like
then
too, when you go ahead.
No, go ahead. What you were saying.
Yeah. Just like, when you are finally able to then, get to a point where you can hire people to do some of those roles or, whatever, then you can appreciate it more and you understand what's going on. So you're not clueless, so if something's being done and you don't like it, you can adjust it or point it out.
Exactly. Help direct your own videos, help edit, like you say. Because, like, a lot of people call me for interviews and stuff, and they was like, well, how much would it be for you and your camera crew? I was like, I am my camera crew.
Yeah, exactly.
I do the filming, I do the editing, I make the flyers, I do everything, Even at the TV
be
station.
like that.
Exactly. I got certified to be a television producer just because I got tired of asking a producer to help do my shows.
To do it, because then you gotta wait. You gotta wait on them, and then they might not do it exactly how you want it. And then, I mean, don't get me wrong though. Like, I definitely feel having a strong team is, that you need a team. You can't do everything yourself, but at times in the beginning, you kind of gotta finesse and wear a lot of hats, until you figure it out and you can see what works, what doesn't work, and where to spend the majority of your time and money and resources.
Exactly, because at the beginning, your money is going into what you're doing, so you don't
and it's
have that
going
extra
quick. Hey, like being in the entertainment industry, this money goes quick,
real quick. Yes. Okay. So your song, what's the song? Sticking to the Code, and tell me about your 2 songs that you just released.
Sticking to the Code featuring Trap Beckham. We just actually released the music video for that as well too. I had recorded that song, and I knew that I wanted to put a featured artist on there, somebody that would keep it fun and keep it bouncy. And I sent it to Trap, and he hit me back that same week like, yo, this is fire. I'm going to put a verse to it. And he was really cool. His whole camp was super cool about everything. And we went down to Atlanta, shot the music video. Philly directed it, and we put it out. It's been doing really well for us. And then the other record, Late Nights, featuring Quiz. He's an artist he's originally from Kenya, but he lives in Vancouver, Canada. And he actually came down here. He had won a competition, a music video challenge, and got the chance to work with us all on a music video. And when he got here, we realized that he made music too, not just directed video. So
yeah.
Yep. Sorry, can you hear me?
Yeah.
I got a call. All right, I got a call. Sorry. So we got right in the studio immediately and recorded that song, and it came together a lot easier and better than we thought. So we put it out. Both of them were produced by a producer named Chaxton. He's a young kid from Germany, actually, Berlin, Germany. I met him on Instagram randomly. He sent me some beats, and we became really good friends. Yeah, and that's the two newest songs that we just dropped.
Okay, awesome. And I actually want to play that song Late Night. So that's cool. That's
all right. Let's do it.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, that's cool. Absolutely, let's do it.
Hey, I think I pulled up the dirty version. Let me get the clean.
Oh yeah, let's get the clean for the kids.
Yes, exactly. I listened to this song like 4 or 5 times for real.
It's got a smooth vibe.
Yeah.
Late nights, no sleeping. Day flights on a weekend. Might take life to the deep end. It's real life, no pretend. When you looking salty, I press down. That's 100K when I touch down. We ain't playing games, touchdown. We be going up, we don't turn down. We don't turn down. It's my turn now. Everyone trying to see my vision, they can start now. They been trying to cross the bridges, but they burned down. When I was little, I ain't listen, but I learned now. I just listen to the back, I gotta lock it. You ain't gonna bridges how you cross it. Yeah, it's like you can't up in my pocket. Yeah, just gave her some fish, she call me Poppy. Late nights, no sleeping. Day flights,
no sleeping.
Might take life to the deep end. It's real life, no pretend. When you looking salty, I press down. That's 100K when I touch down. We ain't playing games, touchdown. We be going up, we don't turn down. When you think this coming down, I watch me speak. We gon' do this, but we don't make it. Call me money by this time, I let you speak.
You ain't crazy.
I don't need no money for myself. Yeah, I gained my confidence. I made accomplishments. With Penny Honda, Fendi Bombers needed sponsorship. It took hurt, but I always put my mind to this. I'm book smart, but I always use my common sense. Got that super soda like a key. You don't fuck with me, I help you when you bleed. You don't see my vision, but I'm popping like a beat. Going here, I shoot a till I curry when you need. Swish, I'm on my Giannis, Milwaukee to the islands. I never break my promise.
Okay, yes.
Hey.
There was some more, but I'm gonna let them find and hear the rest of it. Yeah. That's one of
my favorite ones. Appreciate it.
Yes, that is hot. I can see myself in the club dancing.
I actually co-wrote that with my guy. I don't know if you can see him back there. He's working right now. I think he's got headphones on.
Yeah, I can see somebody all the way in the back.
Yeah, B. Scott. Yep.
Hey.
Yep, that's why we've been doing he helped write these bangers that everybody's hearing.
Oh yes, y'all did an awesome job. Awesome. Okay, so
appreciate it.
Okay, tell us about your features. Your features on MTV, Bravo. Tell us about some things about that.
Man, so we had two or three, I think, of my videos in rotation on MTV Jams, BET Jams. They aired on Nickelodeon. I had a song "Girlfriend" featuring Sammy from Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
I got a record with him. They played that one a lot. And then I had this other one, "You for You." That one was just me. There was no featured artist on it, but they were playing that on MTVU, the regular MTV, MTV Jams, BET, a bunch of different stations. And then we were actually on. Did you ever see the show Family of Hip Hop on Bravo with the Sugar Hill Gang family?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So Darnell Robinson, are you familiar with him?
I've heard of the name. I'm real bad with a lot of people.
Yeah, it's all good. So he was on MTV Sweet 16. He Rihanna. He had, I think it was his prom or something. He had linked up with Rihanna, but he had a crazy Sweet 16, and that's kind of like how he blew up. But his family was super rooted in music, the Sugar Hill Gang, obviously. So I did a song with him, and he hit us like, "Hey, we're doing this, this show on Bravo. They're filming it. We'd love for you to come down. Let's shoot the music video in New York. We'll put you on the show." So it was a really dope experience. We went out to New York, filmed the music video out there. Darnell came. We got to meet his family. We were at the house. They had the people coming and doing all the behind the scenes, miking us up and doing dialogue. And it was a great experience. Then we got to see the clips. We saw it all come to life on the actual TV show. They showed us on there. They were playing the music for multiple different sections of the TV shows. It was cool. It was definitely like a big moment for us. Yeah.
Nice. So tell us about a lot of people that you shared the stage with, because you done named some awesome folks in this bio.
We've done some big shows. I've shared the stage with. We do Trade Day every year too, down in Houston, Texas, and we perform. There's Nick Cannon, OT Genesis down there. Huge people. I opened up for G-Eazy in Hawaii. I got to go back home and see a lot of my family and open up for G-Eazy with like 3,000-4,000 people. It was amazing.
Genuine.
I did Genuine. Yep. In Chicago, near Chicago. That was awesome. Genesee Theater. It was beautiful. One of the craziest places I've ever performed at. We just did the halftime show for the Milwaukee Bucks in the new Pfizer Forum against the Toronto Raptors. That was crazy. There was like 17,000 people there. So I would say that was definitely probably my biggest, numbers wise, as far as attendance goes. 17,000 in the stands. It was pretty crazy.
Nice. So what do your parents think about what you're doing?
They definitely supported now. I would say at first they were, me and my mom butted heads a lot, because she just knew that I had chose a difficult path. It's tough to, there's so many people trying to make it in this field, rapping, singing, dancing, acting. I mean, there's so many of us. So she just knew that, I worked really hard, and she was afraid that I was going to spend all that time and energy, working in a field that was so tough for me. And, it's still, even to this day, is tough for me. Like, even though I'm at a really good place now, like, we're able to finally make, money off this and live off this and pay bills and, do music full time and, the stuff full time. But it wasn't always like that. I struggled so hard for so long. And, so we would butt heads. And then, I had my son too. I have my son Leland. He's 10 now. But, my mom was kind of just like, you got a son now. Like, you can't be playing the lottery with music. Like, you need something that's going to be stable. Like as any parent would want for their children. It's tough to be like, yeah, go ahead, gamble it, like, especially when you have, somebody that depends on you now. So it got a lot more real. But like in the last, 2 years, things have really started going up. I think, we spent a lot of time working on my sound and putting together the right team, I finally have an amazing relationship with, my roommate. We do all our writing together and recording, Philly doing my videos. This guy, Randy, he goes by Randala. He does all my photos. He shoots for Future, all types of people. So, like, we finally have gotten everything to a point where we can do everything in-house. We really don't need a major label other than, possibly for budgets. Obviously the money is tough, but like we can handle every aspect ourselves now. So we hold a lot more leverage when it comes to different things. And I've enjoyed the journey of learning it and successes and failures and, it's like, it's addicting to just try to keep leveling up and we've been able to meet some amazing people along the way. And we've been able to help a lot of, amazing people. There's a lot of talented people in Milwaukee. So the nice thing about having resources now, finally being able to travel and use, some of our relationships to our benefits is, people in Milwaukee that don't have as many connections that we feel, deserve it. We can, connect people now and bring people up and put them on, other platforms. Like I performed at Summerfest, the world's largest music festival. And I did it 3 times and there's like 4,000 people in the crowd. So I was able to bring out, every time I came with a huge crew of, featured artists I'm pulling out on stage, dancers, so I can shed light on some of the, people dancing in our city. And, I got a drummer behind me and just, the DJ and the MC. And I just try to, link with as many hardworking, talented people as I can so we can all just, come out and do something dope for the people.
Awesome. So on a part of my show, I know that that I'd like people to help me to inspire others to not give up on their dreams and stuff. And through that, it comes through a testimonial part. So give us a testimony of something that have happened to you in your life that made you almost want to just give up on stuff, everything that you're doing, but you got past it. How did you get past it?
Well, I remember one time, so when I was just telling you about how I opened up for G-Eazy in Hawaii in front of like 2,000-3,000 people. A lot of them were my Hawaiian family, that I don't get to see that often. And I was on stage and I really don't, I'm not really like a freestyler much. I do a lot of like studio work, but I'm not like the artist that's like, yeah, I got bars, I can rap for 10 minutes. That's totally not me. But so I tried to, I tried something new on stage and I tried to like freestyle, with no music and try to just kind of go off the cuff. And, I had some bars like in my mind that I already, knew it kind of like it put together a little run, but, I'd never really done nothing like that. And I remember I got like 3 lines in and I totally drew a blank and I forgot my words on stage, just completely went silent. And I didn't even know how to react because I had never done it before. I never even, I never really had made that many mistakes at my shows. I never tried to freestyle. I never tried to do nothing like that. And I was like, it's cool. I was like, yo, I got it. And I tried to restart it. And for all these people were just staring at me. Imagine 3,000 people just staring at you dead silent.
You should have did like them rappers do when they, hey.
Yeah, I should have tried to play it off, but yo, I didn't. I froze up because I didn't know. I never, and I thought I was pretty good. Like I was pretty confident in my live show. I like a lot of times I would just go into my live shows and freestyle it, cause like not freestyle, but like I would just kind of wing it, wing the show. And so I drew a blank, and I was like, don't trip, I got it. So I'm like, I restarted. I'm like, yo, I restarted it. And I got to the same line, and I blanked again in the same spot in front of all these people. So I was so embarrassed. And, like, instead of, like, just playing it off like you said, I, like, apologized to the crowd. And, like, it was my guys were like, bro, this is so embarrassing for you. What are you doing? And we had it was that night after I got off stage. And the next morning, too, it turned into be this huge issue. Because we had came out to Hawaii to shoot 2 music videos and do this G-Eazy concert. And the trip before we even got to the G-Eazy concert, it started off rocky. I don't know if I've ever really told this story to anybody, so this is kind of like
I'm getting the exclusive. Living your dreams in Rosita.
So yes, so my guy Stephen Phillip, Philly Flyboy, he does, you know, my music, most of my music videos and stuff like that. And you know, my good friend Aaron Bieber, he, you know, owns a record label. But even before the record label, like, I've been friends with Biebs. He helped manage me. He helped do a lot of things for me. So, you know, we all went down to Hawaii, and those two weren't necessarily seeing eye to eye. We were all supposed to be collabing on the 2 music videos, and they weren't necessarily seeing eye to eye on it. So we were already kind of, the tensions were running high. And then the G-Eazy concert came, and I dropped the ball like crazy. I bombed it. I mean, it was still, don't get me wrong, like, I still had tons of people come up to us afterwards, like, yo, you killed it. Because every other you know, like, the songs are good, my energy's good, but like, to me, you know, like, I realized the potential of what, you know, what we could be and what this could be.
Yeah.
So there was nothing more frustrating than coming all the way to Hawaii, seeing my family, doing this big show, and feeling like, damn, I wasn't prepared.
Yeah.
Like, I should have been way more prepared. I didn't, you know, and I screwed up. So that next morning, you know, we had a big, like, powwow on the beach, like, with my management, with Philly, with Biebs, with me, with, you know, everybody on the trip. And we just kind of had to reevaluate. And it was one of them kind of moments where it was like, are we going to take this seriously and really turn up and level up and really, like, take this to the next level? Or are we just going to kind of do this as a hobby and just, you know, wing things and just, you know, if it happens, it happens. Like, you know, we kind of had to make a crucial decision. Like, are these guys going to stay on the, you know, on the team with me, working, pushing towards this same dream? And, or is this like the time where we're like, nah, it ain't happening. Let's, you know, throw in the towel. And I think that was such a crucial turning point for me, because I came back and just started going crazy. Like, as far as I leveled up my live show. That's when I went and got a drummer, and we were doing rehearsals. And you know, I got a new DJ. I got the, you know, main DJ from Kiss FM. Like, I've known him for a while, but we never really did that many shows together. We've been going crazy, working, rehearsing like nuts. You know, we went through my set list and made hard cuts on what, you know, songs really work the best, what doesn't work the best. I leveled up my networking. I leveled up my song recording with my, you know, my guy. Like, I really just looked at everything as a whole and was like, all right, how can we improve? What's slacking? What needs to be adjusted? And, you know, things have been amazing since then. So it kind of took that, you know, that dark, scary place for a second. And also, that was also a time where I was going, personally, I went through a really hard breakup. So I was kind of in a downward spiral as far as, you know, just everything. I was like, what was I doing? I was partying too much. I was, you know, talking to too many girls. I wasn't being focused. That's why I wasn't prepared for the show. Like, I was all over the map. And it kind of took that rock bottom of feeling of like, wow, my manager and my team might leave me. Like, I might never do music again. Like, I don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not making that much money. And then from there, we just kind of turned. It was like a major wake-up call, and we just started going crazy.
Wow. So what advice would you give somebody right now that if they feel as though they get up on stage and they make a mistake like that, what would you give them?
I would say, I mean, in that specific situation, you got to play it off. Don't ever do what I did and stop and act like, oh, I'm so sorry.
Do not apologize. Like, just keep going.
Don't apologize. Just play it off. But just in general, I would say, yeah, don't get discouraged. Like, you know, after that, I went and did a lot of research and found, you know, there's tons of artists that have done things like that, major stars that have had, you know, numbers of things. And you, in the moment, you think it's like the end of your career and the end of the world. And you realize it's really not that big of a deal. Like, if anything, people like to see how you bounce back from it, because you're human and everybody makes mistakes, you know, like, you know, that's more relatable than being a perfect robotic machine that never screws up and never has feelings or never has downfalls or, you know, whatever. So don't just get, I mean, keep working. I think the biggest thing that I've learned throughout this whole journey is being consistent and, you know, not being afraid to try different things. you know, like, especially as an independent artist, like, you don't want to confuse people. I mean, you do want to have your branding down to a point, but you're also, you know, you're not locked in. You're not a major artist. You don't have to be something you're not. You don't have to, you know, like, you can, you know, if you like reggae music, try reggae music. If you like rapping, try add a little rap. Like, you don't have to please the majors or your A&Rs or the, you know, like, oh, you have to do this sound for this album. Like, and we're not on a time crunch either. Like, obviously don't drag your feet, but like, you don't have to slop things together and put them out real quick. Like, take the time to really, you know, spend some time, you know, learning your market, go through your social media pages, see who's listening to your music, what's working, what's not working, like, and, you know, don't burn your bridges. That's a major one. A lot of times people think like, oh, I don't need nobody. I'm about to blow up. I got this hit song that did, you know, whatever amount of views, and I like, shit, I'm the man. Like, I can do whatever I want. That's not how it works. You know, like, you it's a lot better to offer things and do favors for other people, because you know, you never know when you might need a favor down the road or when they might be in a position to help you. Like, so do things for other people before you ask. Don't roach off people's connections. Don't you know, try to expect. Nobody owes you anything or us anything. Like, you can't expect especially somebody you don't know that you just found on the internet. You can't be mad if they don't respond to your DM or don't, like, you know, you can't take it personal. You got to just keep swinging and keep pushing, and eventually something's going to hit.
Exactly. And don't give up when you don't have the support that you feel as though that you should have from friends and family as well, because a lot of people get discouraged.
Absolutely.
That right there. They expect for the people that say that they love them and should love them to support them. It don't always happen like that. So don't give up and don't be discouraged about that.
Sometimes it's backwards. Sometimes they gotta see you. It don't really click until you start winning, and then they're like, "All right, she really did have what it took." Like, then they want to, you know, change her story sometimes. But, yeah, exactly. But sometimes people really just, like, you know, like, I don't hold it against my mom or certain people that sometimes didn't necessarily want this, because it's like, you know, they're just trying to do what they think is best too. Like, they don't want to see, you know, you hit a wall or hit roadblocks and then not ever, you know, like, they're trying to teach you and coach you.
It's different with parents and stuff, because parents, they feel as though, okay, what they want what's best for their child, where most parents want what's best. So therefore, they see you as grow up and say, okay, my child's going to be this or do this, and I'm going to pay for college so they can have this. But then when they feel as though you're playing around, you know, because a lot of folks feel as though, okay, let's get in the studio.
They just, and that's that's the thing too, is like, people think, you know, like, obviously when I love to record music, of course, when you see me working, it looks like fun, because people are, like, it don't look like work. Like, you know what I'm saying? People, like, you know, really, like, and the thing about it too is, like, I did work a lot of hard labor jobs too when I was a kid, so nobody could take that from me. I didn't always just, you know, sit in a studio and record music. I was doing 80-hour work weeks, doing asphalt, construction, roofing, like, you know, all types of stuff, because it was a check, and music wasn't really doing it. So I had to, you know, put in that work. And then when I get home, then I'd have to go into music mode, like, you know, so it was tough. But, like, yeah, a lot of people underestimate how hard the music industry, they just say, oh, you guys are just playing around. You're just having fun in the studio, recording things, drinking, smoking, going to the clubs. Like, you know, they don't realize, like,
parents, basically, they want something else for you. They like, okay, my son or my daughter goes supposed to be a doctor, a nurse, a lawyer, you know, or something. So they don't think about, hey, my child gonna be a musician.
And I think too, like, you know, like, my parents, they, you know, they didn't really, I mean, music runs in my family to an extent. Like, my grandfather's an amazing singer and entertainer. Like, he did his own show performances for years. He's, you know, I think he's in his 80s. I think he's like 80. I want to say he's like 82, 83. But he's been doing this his whole life, and he's amazing. And my mom can sing, like, so good. Like, she's got an amazing voice, but she wasn't really, like, in the music industry, and social media and all this stuff is kind of new. So, like, they don't really understand, like, how much money can possibly be made in this industry and on the internet if you do it the right way. You know, like they just think if you're not going and clocking in and, you know, working 40 hours a week and do, you know, like, you know, there's no chance. But it's like you could land one placement on a TV or a film network with your song playing and, you know, hit a $50,000 check, like in one connect. Like, so it really just depends on like how bad you want it.
So you're going to put your mom on one of your songs?
Absolutely. Yeah, we talked about doing the song. Yeah, we
I was
definitely
talking to my mom about being on one of my songs yesterday.
Yeah. You sing?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah. You're going to have to send me something. I got to hear it.
Yeah,
you're going to have to send me a link or a snippet or something so I can check you out.
Definitely, I sure will. Okay, so what do you have planned for the future? What can we look forward to?
As we all been quarantining, thankfully I got the recording set up at the house, so we haven't really, you know, we've been able to still keep working and doing things. So I've been stacking up a lot of songs. I got about 3 different videos that are going to be released in the next few weeks. I got another song with Darnell Robinson, one that we shot a music video down in Atlanta. It was like an underground casino. I'm really excited for that one to drop. It looks like a movie. It came together really nicely, so that's going to be coming out. And then I've been focusing a lot on music placements, like I said. So, you know, we've been building relationships with a lot of music supervisors and people that can help place records in film and video games and, you know, TV shows and stuff like that. So I've been trying to kind of tap into that world. It's a new, you know, a little new to me. So I've just kind of been, you know, figuring out, researching, watching videos and learning as much as I can. So you'll be seeing some new music from me and hopefully seeing me, hearing my music playing some films and some TV shows.
Oh, awesome. I want to introduce you to somebody too. I talked to them earlier today. So yeah. And
absolutely. Like, I would love to meet them.
What you're talking about, that's what they do. So
oh yeah. That would be amazing.
Yes. Okay, so with your closing, give some inspiring words that somebody can actually take with them and grow with.
Yeah, I mean, really just, you got to just keep pushing. I think the biggest thing, you know, like I was saying, is just being consistent and being credible too. I don't think I mentioned that, but one of the biggest things in this industry is your credibility and just being accountable for the things you say and the things you do. And, you know, like relationships is so big in this industry that, you know, the second you know, do something shady or do something dirty to somebody, it's hard for people to ever forget that, you know. So if you're not being a stand-up person and, you know, you're trying to get over on somebody, like, it's going to come to light and it's only going to hurt you. You know, in this industry, everything is word of mouth and relationships. So I think the biggest thing is just being loyal, being consistent, not burning your bridges, being humble. I've seen some of the biggest people ever that I thought were going to be stars, you know, not go anywhere because they weren't humble and because, you know, saying the wrong thing or doing the wrong, you know, play can, and, you know, screw you over. And, you know, like I said, it's hard to not hear something. And once you hear something about somebody, that's all you remember every time you hear them. So, you know, it's hard to come back from things like that. So, and I think, you know, don't let money stop you from pursuing this path. You know, although it does take a lot of money, you know, you can do some amazing things without it. And there's a lot of different ways you can make it. So if you know, one thing isn't necessarily working for you, like I said, I learned how to do a lot of different roles, you know, kind of in my playbook so that I could save money and not have to pay so many people. So, you know, never be afraid to keep learning and expand your, you know, your tool belt, really, the different things that you can do. You know, it's definitely important to remember what you are and what your main focus is, but like having a few side hustles that are in a similar industry, you know, like being able to edit video and make graphics, it all kind of goes with what I do. So, you know, being able to finesse like that is definitely important. And being flexible too. Like you might have you know, something in mind, like this is how it's going to go. And that's not really how life works. Like, you know, it might go that way, that direction, but you're going to take a couple turns that you weren't expecting. And, you know, so you can't allow that to, you know, throw you off your game plan, or you got to just, you know, keep moving in that same direction, and eventually things are going to hit. So keep working in. Yep.
Exactly. Well, I love the interview. Thank you so much for being on the show.
It was so nice to meet you. I knew it was gonna be a good time as soon as you called me. I'm like, oh yeah, we're gonna get along good.
Yeah, definitely. And we definitely gonna have to link up and stuff, especially when you come to Atlanta.
Absolutely. We do a lot of work in Atlanta, but like I said, we just shot the last 2 videos there. So I'll be there soon. Once they kind of lift this ban and things start to slowly go back to normal, we'll definitely be down there doing some more work.
Exactly. So you make sure you call me when you come so I can meet up with you. Probably be in your
Most definitely. Yes. And don't forget to send me some music so I can check it out.
Definitely. I'm definitely going to do that and link you up with the guy too. So I think that y'all will be
Thank you so much.
He's an A&R for a record label and stuff. So
perfect.
Yeah.
I love to meet him. So thank you again. And nice to meet you, and good luck with everything.
Thank you so much. Same to you. And I really appreciate you helping me to inspire others to not give up on their dreams, to keep following their dreams regardless of what. And so those who are watching the show, y'all make sure that y'all listen very closely to his words that he had said to help inspire you. You know, wonderful words, wonderful testimony. And thank you so much for being on.
That's why we do this. So we can help motivate and inspire other people to, you know, keep pushing and doing great things at whatever it is that they do.
Exactly. Words can be so powerful. You never know who is at a breaking point and is about to give up right at their breaking point, but not knowing it's their breaking point, because right before people make it, they start going through a lot of stuff. And I feel as though God takes us things to actually, so the people that don't belong in your circle can fall off. You see what I'm saying? Because a lot of people start falling off when you
so you can weed them out of there.
Exactly.
Yep.
So y'all have been watching.
You can always tell the people that, you know, weren't really in it. Like the second you hit any sort of little road bump or, you know, a little, you know, people are quick to run away. So,
I did.
Yep. So it's like, all right. Yeah, that's cool.
Exactly.
It wasn't meant for you.
Exactly. But the loyal people are going to be there throughout, you know, and those loyal people, that's who you make a part of your team. That's who you look out for, you know, and everything. So it all works out. Everything works out in the end.
Absolutely.
Okay. So y'all have been watching Living Your Dreams with Rosita, and I am Rosita Cooper, and my guest is Corey Pieper.
Corey Pieper.
Yes. So I hope y'all
guys. Thank you again for listening and watching.
Yes. Peace and love, y'all. Peace.